alter ego. Let the world see the M7 World Championship Grand Final!
You know what? We're not going to go for the neutrals until Lords. We're looking to get advantages in lane.
Just win early, right? But they pick up the Nolan instead. So again, this is alter ego saying like,
we were talking about how Alter Ego, they want to go fast, but Aurora Gaming Philippines, they know how to play slow. They know how to slow the tempo down all the way to a point where Alter Ego makes mistakes. And already they're setting up, but look. Already Dark Wave coming in. Demon Kai taking down the Fracture and all in. But Light coming in for the re-engage. UA pops in Crimson Beacon, able to get a Lantern Flare. Edward jumps in now with the Bravest Spider. It's going to be Nino in the back line as Edward.
UA taking a lot of damage, might just go down here.
And Alec will take a few shots. Nino! With in front of pursuit, now jumps again. Another jump forward, but now he's caught in a bad place. Has another proc of the in front of pursuit. Will be able to go for the jump again and again. Takes a turret shot and gets shanked by Demon Kite as Yasuke moves to the purple buff.
It's still the first turtle on the map though. Yasuke tries to take a different path. Not getting that purple means they didn't get too much out of that trade.
Yep, flickers were used, and now we're jumping over Turtle 1.
Nino in the back going in for UA. Suzuki's going to be taken very low by Edward. He's going to go for the stun. Glorious Pathway coming down as the turtle was already secured by Demon Cat, but now it's going to be Nino all alone. Crimson Beacon and Lantern Flare picking him up. He's trying to go for the pursuit. Dark Wave by Nino. Jumps over on Edward. Gets another proc, but will be slain by Edward.
Alec has to get out of here with a Tsunami Slam. Looking for the escape.
Alec cannot escape. There was a lantern on him and a big horse.
A little too early for El Padre to be pushing their limits. Again, this is a Phobius. You need some modicum of items built to be able to do that.
You actually shouldn't be contesting a neutral objective early. Yes, if there are real situations where Nino can actually zone Demon Kite, then take it. But now they're going to go for the dive in the bottom lane. Alec, flicker in, Tsunami Slam, Fracture come down, and all in over on Edward. And it's a pick down below, but look at the response from Aurora Gaming. Glorious Pathway.
Arfi just needs to go home at this point. He's got to get out of here. The BMI, the Blazing Duet.
Cancelled out now, the pickup and the throw down back. But again, it's Light who takes the kill.
I will say this, though. That getting the trade in the EXP lane does even things out between Edward and Nino. Nino already took 2 deaths, so that makes Nino a little more helpful in these future fights.
Jump over on Alec from Edward. Bravest Fighter already used up, but Demon Kite is on the turtle, and Yasuke doesn't seem interested. Now is Light gets caught with a passive, but that's about it. It's free for Aurora. Arfi, Blazing Duet up top.
That's an ult for an ult in the gold lane. So far, Aurora Gaming have bridged their early game. They figured out, hey, we can be this. I'm holding my hands out about 6 inches apart. This aggressive against the alter ego, but not anymore because AE, they're willing to fight. A little bit of pressure, Tsunami Slam.
The lockdown now with Hijime going for the sun as well. Big bonk, Alec gonna be taking it now. Good taunt coming down as Nino rotates and flanks him on the other side. It's in front of Pursuit to take him down as Yasuke goes in with a Helmet of Dark Wave from Nino over on UA, but the Crimson Beacon gets him to safety, and now they go back to the mid lane.
So 2 down on the side of Aurora Gaming. A tower does go into the hands of Aurora Gaming, but Alter Ego are getting away with pushing this aggression in the early game.
Clears waves much, much faster than Demon Kite, so this is a slow start for Yasuke.
Oh. Alright. In the bush, Arfi's gonna try to go for the cancel situation, and all in coming out. Arfi Blazing Duet, Tsunami Slam based on a Purify, and they get the kill on Doming. Onto Arfi, turtle up top though, is the response from Aurora.
I don't know how worth it is to trade your gold laner for the turtle. I'm sure Aurora saw that a mile away. Slow is smooth, and smooth is fast.
Exactly.
So getting there is an inevitability. It's up to Alter Ego to force Aurora to stumble, and that's why Aurora's backing off.
Nami's on the Glorious Pathway again. UA able to go for Crimson Beacon, flicker out from Hijime, but it gets picked up and thrown back to the fray. Light goes in with Edward, but Alec is able to sustain. Arfi
into the backside with a Blazing Duet.
It's big bonked on him. Now the Fracture coming in from Yasuki to take Doming Kai down as Nino continues to jump back and forth. Infernal Pursuit, but now it's UA to lock him down. He goes for one last one, but Edward cuts him down.
Ay caramba, El Padre falls, and Yasuke instead goes for the purple. Demon Kite reciprocates.
Trade for trade, purple for purple, but for the first time, Aurora Gaming gets a huge win on that team fight. They turn it into a tower as well.
AE seems to have met their match.
He's his own breed at this point.
Yep, and that's the thing. When it comes to Arfi, he's good on the marksman, but he's not great. He's great on the Freyas, on the fighters as well, and you can clearly see Arfi, he got canceled in that fight. He went in way too early, and now Aurora's holding the turret, the Lord.
Dance has begun. Alter Ego making their move, the conceal from Alec.
Walking up, but Edward doing the same thing now with the help of Glorious Pathways. Tsunami Slam is able to lock Edward down, but now look at the damage on Ijume's Edward in the back with light.
And now Yasuke goes down as well. Alec all on his own.
Jumping to the back line now, trying to go for the inferno pursuit, but again, it's going to be Domenkai and Yue going for the damage. Domeng doing enough to take Nino down with the help of Yue.
Alter Ego struggle in these situations where they're not the aggressors, they're not the predators, they're not in control. Aurora Gaming on the flick of a dime go for the heart of their lineup, and that's what led to this massive win.
Alter Ego already down to inhibitors on the mid side. I think the big thing for Alter Ego in past games is they're able to last it up. Wait a second.
There we go. That's a big charge from the Lord at the mid lane. They crack it open with no response from Alter Ego. Arfi taking a big portion of that damage. Dark Wave landing on 3, but there's no damage currently. And Aurora have had enough. They crack open the base turret, and now it's back to the systematic Aurora.
They smelled something was fishy there. No vision on Yasuke. Where is he hiding out? They decide, all right, we got what we came for. That's a huge win already this early. Let's back off.
This is a moment wherein our good friend Joseph would say they got their head on a swivel. They don't need to see Yasuke, but the fact that they don't see him
means they see him.
Should be a signal, that
they know where he at.
Around. They
not at the base.
They sniffed him, and now Yasuke commits Grand Theft Purple, guilty of 1 charge. Hijume forced to use the Feathered Airstrike just to clear mid. And that's what Aurora Gaming is doing so well here in game number 1. Not only are they winning head-on initiations, but they're able to find resources to take away from Yasuke. Light counter the initiate.
Yep. Now it's going to be the disengage from Nino. He goes for the Dark Wave, landing it on 2, but now Edward forcing to fight. That's good. Tsunami Slam to cancel out the last portion of the Raging Slash. Big bomb from Demon Kite, and Edward cuts him down again. He's on a killing spree.
Yasuke still in the jungle, gonna try to lock on.
And in, he got taunted by the demon, and Domeng takes him down.
Yue and Domenkite are good targets, but not when there's 2 chunky boys next to them. Make it 3, a half man, half horse.
And that's the way that Aurora Gaming is approaching every single one of these fights. Everyone just huddles around Demon Kite and Light.
4-1-6. Man is performed. Oh, wait a second. This is a classic Alter Ego move. Whenever the enemy gets a Lord, they go to look for the pickup, but can they take Edward down? Tsunami Slam coming down with the burst damage of Hijume, and Edward will have the immortality, actually. I think that's enough to get him out, and Edward does survive, and now he goes back in with a helmet Demon Kite. Meanwhile, Light on the back line with Yue, jumping in as Domeng goes for the base, but there's a on force already. Yasuke getting rid of Yue, but Domeng Kite's gonna be all over the way. Yue comes in from Arfi!
Nino also trying to block it off as Yasuke works on the Lord.
Nino's all alone, now against 4. He's jumping in front of pursuit, he's so tanky, but again, he's constantly jumping in as Arfi does a lot of the damage. Dark Wave coming in from Nino, but Domeng takes him down.
The minions are cleared, but one more wave against the base.
They're gonna go straight for it. No nonsense. Aurora take game 1.
Surgical and clean. Aurora knows which fights to take, and Alter Ego have met their match.
And 3s, and when they're just giving up 1s, is because they are good at turning into heroes that put a lot of priority. That they put a lot of priority in important heroes of Alter Ego.
So that can be the pen ultimate skin that he has.
Aurora.
And now Aurora, they finish it up with the Sora. Again, a lot of crowd control, and when you do need it.
After a long time of not seeing Suyo, well, hold on, Demon Kite gets completely zoned. This is a Turtle 1 take for free for Alter Ego, unless Edward gets kind of petrified. Now it's going to be Alec with a way to drag him, but it's going to be Edward who's still able to go for the CC immune just a bit. Now take it very low, flickers out of safety as Hijume can't get quite close enough.
Time's a ticking. We'll see if that kind of rotation will be the play for Alter Ego. But what is clear is they want this second turtle. Massive presence from El Familia here. Aurora Gaming want to contest.
Edward jumping in. Hijume no flicker. Going to be brought back into the better airstrike. Now Hijume taking very low. Plays a new way from Domeng.
And back to the Lord. Edward does find the kill, but Demon Kite finds Nino.
It's an all-out win for Aurora Gaming Philippines. Yue trying to go for a stun onto Arfi now. 3-0, and even a turtle taken by Aurora.
Say what you will about Aurora's draft, it being very ult dependent and timing reliant. They found the perfect timing. When the hero was big, this was still one of the major problems. Is there's too many dudes in there. And look at this major cut.
Oh, Dragon, good sidestep by Demon, kind of ganking the bottom lane. Nino going to be dove on now as they turret juggle, and Edward takes to the skies to pick up a killing spree.
Aurora Gaming giving Alter Ego the Alter Ego treatment right now.
Right, caught on the way to Dragon now. They're going to give over a stack to Arfi. So They get something on the map, but Aurora get more value.
It's a good trade for the Northern Lights.
That you wanted to die this early on. It wasn't a hero that you wanted to lose turtles on. And now that that's happened in the current meta, I'm wondering how far back is Yasuke as of now?
We'll see in the items. We'll check in just a bit.
Correct.
The final turtle will be spawning about 50 seconds. Big fight starts.
All in, you blink and you miss it. RP disintegrated. Now they're just trying to go over to the fence. Petrify onto Wars. Dome, Nino going at it over. Gets the knockup as well. Nino in the back now doing more damage as Demon Cat goes in with a steed and runs through Nino.
2 members down on the side of Alter Ego Esports. A huge gank from Aurora Gaming, sending RP back to the base.
El Familia is getting crumbs. Alms. Yasuke is starving. All that upstairs for a turtle. The math doesn't check out. Edward spots Hijime here. Goes into thunder form.
Goes in on the Hijime, forcing a flicker. Edward with a flicker himself. Now RP trying to go for the damage, but it's Yue with the shot. RP getting barriered away now. Low gets smacked by Light.
There is no escape right now from Aurora Gaming Philippines. Alec does jump. No.
What a peel there. Tectonic charge. And the blazing duet from Domeng. Nino taking it very low, so able to sustain for some bit. Domeng goes back in. Nino still there. It's going to be Alan with Kundo and Yasuke now. Going out of a Demon Kite as his horse.
Alec just trying to get away, but Demon Kite doesn't want to let it happen. Yasuke look for the re-engage.
Well, they're canceled. Now the blade surge backward. Feather airstrike coming down, and they zone Alter Ego from the purple buff.
It's all the more evident. The Zushin's short to mid-range utility isn't accessible at this time. Lord for free going over to Aurora.
You know, looking at the back at the draft. Yasuke.
No blade surge. Edward jumps in and kills him.
Edward on a tanky Sora, still packing such a huge punch. I think he could 1v1 just about anybody on Alter Ego Esports right now.
Mirko, Trex, I've never seen Edward this driven. He plays the same game as he did with the Lapu Lapu, 6-1 and 4.
Oh, wait.
He found the angle.
This is nasty.
Mirko, you know how Light does this.
The tech charge, now Edward with a pullback on RP. And he gets the killing spree, but Edward gets shut down. You able to stun over on Hijime.
2 members for the price of Edward, plus huge amounts of space right before the Lord meets the base.
No matter what Team Light plays for, RSG, TNC, Warcaster Force, Bigitron,
XBT.
and now Aurora, he's the same high IQ player, finds that massive tech charge. Holy Shield up top. Alter Ego looking to protect the real estate. Bottom lane is gonna pop as well. 5K up Aurora Gaming.
Yeah, Alex got to make a big play, some sort of big kick, but the thing is his Light is outmaneuvering him time and time again. Nino can't even go in with a big black dragon and look for these big petrifies because Domeng just shreds him down.
Alec
now in a bad spot.
Way too aggressive. Edward didn't want to go for the flicker just yet, but the airstrike coming down over on Alec as Yasuke gets pulled back but is able to blade surge out of there. And now it's Aurora knocking on Alter Ego's base.
Like they're gonna try to end it here.
That is the Lord up top, gonna crash into that turret, say goodbye. Bottom lane, and mid seems to be the point of contention. The defense, feathered airstrike by Yue. Not much of a response!
They force the Crimson Beacon out from Hijime. Light just fainted, he went, huh! And Hijime reacted, he flinched. 2 base turrets on the sides. That is the worst combo you could find. And again, it's what LaFell said. Farok, Roxa, that combo, brother, is too much.
I'm partial to Farok. And there's the Farsa starting it up. Phantom Steed from Demon Kite. Turn in mid, about to go down.
Edward, oh my god, Light jumps in again! Tech charge! Now Hijime taking low, they're still able to go for it. Nino with the Furious down in the Petrify, but he won't be able to lock them down for long. A cannon in the mid lane as Edward dives in with a crown. Yasuke clears out the cannon in, but they have another wave.
RP with a couple of free shots and down. Not yet, Edward able to just get away again.
He's ticking down! Hijime able to get a shutdown. Demon Count on the horse again. Jumps on Yasuke. Bang! Hijime gets away with the Crimson Beacon. Doming's on the base. They can't just end it right here as Nino jumps in, but Yue!
RP keeps on kiting back and forth. He's able to push him away with a couple more shots.
El Familia stands, still breathing. A 10th left on the base, refusing to go down.
He can bait out the Purify, but then what, right? You need someone else to follow up on the Purify that's used.
I hate this. This is rough. Right now.
Pops in Crimson Beacon, it's now or never now. Light jumps in the backline, won't be able to find anything now. As Ale goes for the Raiders Dragon, Sasuke is able to go for the Vaser, and now Edward!
RP taken out along with Yasuke. Wait, yes.
He gets stomped to the ground, curb stomp, that's Yue. In a 1v1 against Nino as Doming goes for the BMI, and Doming! Guns Hijume down! Now it's the base next to the chopping block, and Aurora go 2-0 in the grand finals.
Blinded by the Northern Lights' surgical precision.
Aurora, with their 20-5 kill score, something needs to change. And I think that EE need to recognize that they can't just simply fight for the sake of fighting against Aurora. The response times are just too good.
Yeah. There is a world where they pick up Terizla because there's a lot of physical damage here from Alter Ego.
That works too.
Yep, but Arlott indeed is still going to be the pick. Honestly, looking really good for Aurora. Very standard draft that they have, but I think
It's interesting that he's actually deciding to shove the waves. Like this wave before Turtle makes sense, but the other waves earlier, right? Like, he should be shoving now. He shouldn't be trading. And earlier, he should be trading, freezing the waves.
And then he can just run down, forcing a flicker out of Hijume here.
Uh-oh, no flickers. Gonna be all in on him. The taunt as well. Light able to get the first blood. Yasuke very low because of the Edward earlier. That's Yasuke trying to get in. Demon Kite walks up. It's a late, or it's an early retry from Yasuke. And Demon Kite just snatches away the turtle from him.
Early retry and an early death for Alter Ego Esports. Yasuke down. I'm having flashbacks from previous games.
Oh, Light! Able to get away to Dragon Rigi Kundo now, all in on him. But Light took a bit too many shots. Now gonna go down as well though, so it's a 1-for-1 in the bottom lane.
The damage on that slam.
He's gonna be right back on the map. And look, you give gold plating, you give lane presence over to Aurora Gaming, over to Edward at that, who has been such a star in this series.
They're gonna all in onto Demon Kite, and he goes straight for the friction. That RWM was actually misplaced. Light goes in, a big bump from Demon Kite! And now it's Yue! Knocking two members up, Hijume, no flicker! 0-2-0, it's a double kill for Demon Kite.
Alter Ego in shambles, and we're only 3.5 minutes in.
Turtle here, started up by Aurora Gaming. No contest from Alter Ego, with no eminent play either. It seems like Alter Ego have just decided to stay behind their own comfort zones and farm up. Well, where is the farm going to though? There's really not much scaling.
Exactly. I mean, the CC saying the scaling tech charge coming down, but Yue, great reaction now. Light definitely going to be looking for the re-engage now, as that's going to be Alec isolated, taken out by Doming. Light! Kundo on the way to Dragon, bringing Hijume back, and Doming with a double. Now with a big bonk, Yue takes it away.
Aurora Gaming is hunting right now.
Oh! You know next.
No.
Oh, Doming with the flicker up from the bravest fighter! And the recall on Nino's corpse!
Not against four! Not against four, El Padre! Ay, ay, ay!
Alter Ego is coming into these fights thinking they're still in the lower bracket, thinking they can still muscle around their opponents. But Aurora Gaming was ready for this. They've been watching, they've been waiting for this.
I've been saying this since yesterday, and it was good when Alter Ego only knew one speed, but now they're on the back foot, they're cornering Edward.
No way he gets away from this, right? That's an all-in, and RP picks up a kill, so finally Alter Ego, they get a kill after what, 3 minutes?
I mean, Light's playing out of his mind right now as well. He always shows up in the nick of time.
All series long are little kills, small trades. Some of them they won in the first 2 games, but here, again, all they got was a kill on Edward down bottom and a Light. They're trying to get Arfi here. He's gone.
The final slash. Edward takes him down. RWM with no one to follow it up. Now Light. This is going to go in. Oh, try to bait out the flicker from Hijume, but they've already gotten the turtle on top of that.
Here's the kicker for Aurora Gaming as well, is they still have Doming Kite with a Sky Piercer at 3-0-1. Who, even if Alter Ego Sport...
Oh! He gets a steal, but he gets kicked back into Doming Kite. Now final slash from Edward! Hijume low, it's an all into the backline as Nino gets caught up into it all, tries to deal some damage again, a big bong that doesn't land, but Demon Kite still gets to kill. Doming will try his best to get another.
One by one, they all fall under the boot of Demon Kite right now. Bonk after bonk. He's a tanky boy, but he's still 4-0-5.
It's been a hot minute since Demon Kite tasted victory.
And Edward is searching for an FMVP at this point. The guy has made play after play from game 1 to game 2 to game 3. And look at the range, Doming hurts so much.
And he's finding his own teammate for it, because Light is doing pretty good himself.
Taking a look at the items, like I said, we just got a Malefic Gun in for Doming Kite, a 1.4K goal. I mean, everyone's got 1,000 plus gold lead at this time. There's really not much to talk about. Aurora Gaming has multiple, I mean, everyone's an item up at this point.
And who I feel it stings the most for is Yasuke. And we seem to be circling back in M3, Singapore. The world saw how you could play MLBB in a different way. The Uber strat was debuted.
The guy there before the combo, before the trio completely left. He was part of that roster too, and now, Edward just flickers out once! Nino still goes for the Bravest Fighter. The 1v1 will not happen. Edward's gonna try to cancel out the recalls. RP just gonna go for the turn up top, and they're still cutting the waves at the base. He's gonna be targeted out by Aurora.
But there's a Lord at your base right now, and Alec is all alone. They're trying to get back.
RP is already there. Yasuke doesn't have the steed. Lord already at the base right now. As Alex has been caught on the Juju. No! Dominkai got them down! And it's Yue to throw him back! The base wide open! Aurora Gaming Philippines are a game away from cementing themselves in history!
It breaks that rock, paper, scissors thing of utility versus assassin versus fighters. It just wins both matchups. It's clear that when up against the Leomord, it works so well.
Hopefully, what we're seeing is just Caster Curse gives something to AE to win this one, because at this point, you need some...
Or just take the normal build route.
In addition to possibly Yasuke and Hijume in mid and in the jungle, Aurora Gaming PH might have countered and cornered Arfi into playing marksman, which, again, he's okay with, he's good at, but against Dominkai, he struggles with.
Yep. Nino jumping down to Edward and pursued constantly now onto a Bravest Fighter, already used up by Edward. Like gonna be picked up now by Alec and by Hijume, but it's gonna be the flicker around us. Doming rotates to the gold lane. It's Nino caught in the midst of it all still through the Phoenix, and Edward goes through it with Yue! Dominkai gets rid of Nino, and it's Aurora with 2 kills and the neutral objective.
First turtle once again for the side of Aurora Gaming PH. 1,000 gold lead once again. Falling behind, he's 2 levels behind Demon Kite at this point. In my mind, Alter Ego, protect everyone. You need to just stop. You gotta slow it down, maybe even give up the second turtle. Big Tsunami Slam.
Oh, Light gets away with the Raging Sandstorm, and now Demon Kite goes through, brings Alec back. It's gonna be on to Light. He goes. Last few shots, almost taking him down. Light caught in the bad spot, but he can just heal back up. And Aurora don't lose anything.
We also heard the panel talking about how laning phase isn't as important. How well can you be an impact in these big fights? So it could almost be worth Nino leaving lane here and there to look for the plays in the Purify.
Near the Phoenix, man, you can already see the tilt, the desperation. It's now Yasuke jumping around a Shocker Light! Sun's about to win! Survives it all! A double kill now, Hijume is able to get RPA kill, but it's Yue who rotates.
Alter Ego are desperate at this point. Grasping at straws, grasping at Ghost, as Aurora Gaming continues to elude.
The last shot of the turret gets him down. RP gets 1 more.
Dirty trades up top, and it's at this point where I can tell Alter Ego doesn't even care. Even he doesn't know if it's worth it. Dominkai pushing clean, and Nino pushing him back.
Went for the lane swap. Nino all the way up at top side. They want to fight for this third turtle.
The final turtle with Demonkai holding on. Phantom Steed info. In he comes.
Dark Wave canceling it. Raging Sandstorm maker with 30 the Phoenix. Everything using the backline. RP does not have Flicker to get torn through by Aurora.
And Nino's gonna drop next. Yasuke on the run.
That's what you call an Aurora Avalanche. A force of nature plowing through El Familia.
Yasuke does get away there. You know, one of the big differences for Alter Ego this series as well, essentially this whole series, is not everyone can fight on their own. And in past games for Alter Ego, Arfi could handle his own. The rest of the team could handle their own.
Usually, with a higher range hero like Granger and the Mount Shocker, Dangerous Grass is on your side.
Oh, light. Oh, he's trying to bait out the flicker. Phantom Steed now comes through. Going for the side, goes over to Mon for Tsunami time coming down, but it's only on towards that one for the Phoenix.
Everyone's able to get away there.
Edward!
Oh, still in the backside. Edward jumps in.
Doesn't get the stun, now gets stunned. Edward! What the hell? Jumps in under the turret and takes 2 down.
With a huge Hail Mary into the base. Edward was getting Arfi no matter what by the end of the day, and now they're gonna move on to the Lord. Here's the question, what do they do even if they found someone up there? What was the play? You're 7,000 gold behind.
Can't kill anyone.
Obvious. You're not gonna be able to take anyone out on the opposite team, just wait in your base.
3 years ago in this very arena, it was Sanford making that kind of play under tier 1. Edward does it under base turret.
Aurora Gaming looking to break into the base. Holy Shield up top popped. Down goes the Lord. Alter Ego keep their inhibitors, but lose everything else.
Alter Ego wants to stand a chance here. They need to stay put, stay split up.
Raging Sandstorm for the Phoenix. Arfi taken down by Demon Kite. Tsunami Slam desperate from Malek. Edward jumps back away with the Raven Spider, and now Hijime is shining the light on them.
Yazuke taking a lot of damage as well. It goes down.
Alec standing tall, gonna be taken very low. Domeng takes him down. Another mini wave coming in up top. Hijime is the only one left. He goes in against 4. And now it's Edward who walks up, throws the sword. Domeng gets a double. They've wiped Alter Ego out.
Nino coming up, Arfi as well.
Nino, can he do it? He goes for it again. They go for the clear. Domeng's on the base. Some Monforce coming in. And it is all over.
The age of dominance continues through the Northern Lights. Aurora Gaming Philippines are your M7 World Champions.
Boys, Aurora Gaming Philippines, you may lift your trophy in a count of 3. Gather around the trophy in 3, 2, 1. Congratulations, Aurora